Hey y'all! I have had so many questions about these nails, so I decided I would just go ahead and do a tutorial and show everyone how to do it. So stay tuned, and I am going to reveal lots of little secrets in how to get this look. Alright, we're going to start with a nail that I've already prepared here, and you're going to want a silver magnetic polish with really fine particles and a translucent base. So today I'll be using the PLA number 1. It's called Emotionally Eclipsed. And the first time I did this nail, I did the little bead where you run the magnet around in a circle, and it looks good, but today I'm going to try it just a little bit different and do an all over flash on this nail. Okay, now that is one coat of the polish, and it's fine. You would probably see it fine through what we're about to do, but I do like to go over with a second coat just to get a really good saturation of those magnetic particles and to make sure you get the brightest shine that you can. This is going to depend on what product you're using and what your preferences are, whether you use 1 or 2 coats. Okay, we've got a nice concentrated flash on that one, and we're going to move on to color. Now, if you have some jelly colors that you like to use, feel free to use those. I do not have a lot of jelly polishes. What I have is this little palette of translucent art gels. So that's what I used when I did the nails before. I've got a couple of nice blues, and I also used this kind of teal looking green right there. But they were a little too concentrated to put straight on, so I mixed them with just some top coat to just create a jelly polish out of them. So today, let's just go with a little bit of this little teal green, and it only takes a tiny bit of this art gel. Like, that's more than I need probably. And I am going to put links in the description for anything that I can find a link to. I've had this palette for a while, but it's pretty easy to find this brand on Amazon. But I will try to find the specific one and link it when I post this. All right. And when I did this before, I had issues. I was applying it to the nail with a brush, and I had issues with it getting streaky. So today we are going to apply it with a sponge. And I have already wet my sponge, and I'm still kind of wringing it out a little bit. There, okay. It's not as dark as I thought it would be. I might add a little bit more. Alright, that looks pretty well saturated. Well, I'll give that a shot. Yeah, that way we don't have streaks in it. It will take a little bit more to build it up. I'll have to go over it a few layers to build that up. Now, once we get the color built up, the next stage is going to be our molds, and I'm also going to post the links for these molds on Amazon. These are great little. All 3 of these came together. They're all like little sea creatures or seashells, and some of them are just really super finely detailed, and some of them are not. The ones we're going to be using today are the tiniest, most detailed ones, and they're mostly going to be on this mold right here. I tried to pick some from this mold, but I have to play with it a little bit more. This mold, they have a lot of pointy little parts that stick out, like stick straight up. So I didn't really like that on a nail. I even tried filing some of the points down, but I just wasn't really happy with the way that those turned out. So I ended up sticking with things that weren't so pointy. And I used a couple from this mold and a couple more from this mold. All right, let's build that color up a little now that she's out of there. And you know, if you have jelly polish that goes on nicely and doesn't leave streaks, then you know, by all means use that. Okay, I'm happy with the color there. Kind of looks like a Coke bottle. So I'm going to stop with the color and go ahead and just do it a little clear coat to seal that in. And that also helps to give it a little bit more depth. You can even, you know, do a thicker encapsulation if that's how you like your nails. And it's going to give the nail more depth, more area for that light to shine around and reflect. And give more of that actual glass look. Okay, and we're going to just start working on our mold fill. Now, you're just going to need some white polish, or if you have a nice ivory or off-white polish that you like, just something that's just barely off-white, because you just don't want that stark white look when they come out of the mold. But we are going to be finishing them with a brown wash, so that will add a little more color. So you want it to be just barely off-white. So I am finishing off this little bottle of polish here, it looks like. Okay. And we're going to add, I have just this like kind of sandy beige, and you only need a little teeny tiny bit. So let me show you. You can see it's just a tiny little bit of that sandy beige color, because like I said, you just want it barely off-white. Just want to knock the glare off of that white. I think I want to try this little skinny starfish. I haven't done him before. And this is not one of the deeper molds. Some of these are pretty deep. And I recommend using a tiny detail brush to get down into every little detail of the mold. Let's see, there he is. This one's going to be pretty easy, but some of the ones in this set are much deeper and more intricate. So yeah, you really have to work that brush around and work in thin layers, because you know that first layer is going to want to kind of pull away from the edges, or even pull away from some of the higher details. And that's okay. You know, if your first round comes out and it's got little holes in it, don't freak out. You're okay. You're just gonna fill those in on the second go around. But you do want to get into as many of those details from the very beginning as possible. I like to do a full cure between each layer that I put into the mold, just to make sure that everything is cured all the way through, just to be safe. And working, like I said, work in thin layers. I forgot an ingredient. I need to grab this. Now, once I get a few layers of color in, which there's actually probably not going to be much room left in this specific mold once I get the color in. But once you get a few layers of color in, you can fill the rest in with clear coat, or with a little bit of builder gel, or you know, kind of just whatever you have around that you can smush into it. For these tiny ones, I don't recommend using the harder gels like a G-Lux, because it's going to be hard to really get it down into all the details there. Okay, so this one's ready for its second little coat of polish, and you can see there are some little holes in there. And that's okay. Just keep going. We're gonna fill those holes in, and make sure you're getting all the way up to the edges each time that you refill it, because it's also going to want to creep away from the edges. Okay, once you have it to a point where there are no more holes showing through, that's when you can start using a clear product, or whatever you want to use to finish filling the mold. I still have some of this mix left over, so that's what I'm going to use to fill it, because it's a very shallow, this one's very shallow, it's just not going to take a whole lot to fill it. Now we are at a point where you want to start forming the curve, and especially if you're filling this with a harder product than just polish, that's something that's less flexible. And I like to use just one of these polygel forms and take it and press it on there. You want to pick one that's close to the size of the nail that you're using first, and just kind of press and curve your mold around it and get in there with your flesh cure. And now my finger's blocking part of that, so this is going to end up going in for a full cure once I'm done just kind of freezing it into position. Okay, so we've still got just a little divot inside there, so I'm going to go in with one more layer to fill in that hole. And we're going to put it back on the mold just to make sure that it stays nice and curved on that bottom side, and you don't end up with like a lump that makes it stand up too high off the nail. And once it's got that curve in it, you can take that that form off. You can see it's curved like that, and just send it into the lamp for a cure just like that. Okay, it's all cured. I'm just going to pop it out of there, and you can see it's a little messy. It's got some little edges on it, and that's why I didn't stick it directly onto the nail. I just go in with my little cuticle nippers and trim off as much of that excess as I can, and then I'll go in with a file and very gently clean up those edges, because this is a very delicate little starfish and it could break very easily. Okay, that's all nice and cleaned up. I use just a dab of air dry glue to get that to stick, since you can't really get the UV between the two layers. So just the tiniest dab of this glue is all you will need. And I should be using my tweezers. Okay, and you want to find that curve on the nail that you formed, because it's not going to just fit on there any old way. It's only going to fit, a specific curve that you formed on that, on the form. And that spot looks pretty good. That is hugging the nail pretty well. Okay, and then just leave that and let it do its thing, let it dry. Now, once your glue has dried on your nail, you can go on to the next step. And I'm going back to my translucent palette, and I'm going to take a little bit of this brown right here. And that's a lot more than I need. Just wipe that on my palette. And then I'm going to use my brush to add alcohol to it. And you're going to want to add a few drops and just kind of make a little brown puddle here. Now this might work with a regular brown polish if you thin it down enough. I'm not sure. I like working with the translucent polish. It just makes life a little bit easier. So once that is all dissolved, and you really want to water it down. You want it to be pretty pale. That gives you more control over how much you're depositing. And then just put it all over the shell. And this is going to wash off of the high points and just settle in the lowest parts. And this might not have been the best one to show the details, because this one is not quite as detailed as some of the other shells I used, but it is starting to show up the little speckled details that are on here. There, you can see it's washed off of those high little spiky points that stick up, and settled down in the lowest parts. The alcohol will help you apply it, and if you get too much on there, just take a little bit of acetone, and the acetone will definitely take it off the high points. It'll take most of it off except for what's in the lowest points. So there's a little, there you go, that's what acetone's going to do to it. See, I just hit it with the acetone a couple of strokes in the middle, and it really washed it back to white. So you can play with it, you know, go back and forth until you get it where you want it and get a nice natural look on your shells. Okay, and once you get that where you want it, if you have a little overflow on the edges, you can just go in with a clean brush and wash that out before you cure it. Gotta let that alcohol dry off of there. At this point, we're pretty much done. We're just going to go in with a top coat. You can go in with another clear coat before this if you want to, especially if you have any gaps around your mold. You can use a clear coat to kind of help fill in those gaps. I don't really have any gaps here, so we're just going to go straight in with the matte top coat. And I do like to wipe off any excess top coat from the shell itself, just so you don't drown out any of the details. So yeah, I pull it away from the little corners, the little inner corners there. And make sure there's not too much on top. And then just make sure you didn't leave the rest of the nail too streaky after doing that. And there she is. You can see that flash nicely through there. I like it with the full flash better than with the bead under it, personally. The color came out a lot better this time, I think, using the sponge instead of the brushes. You can see in the originals, they're pretty streaky. I was trying my best, but with the brush, they were just staying pretty streaky. But this looks great. I mean, there's not a streak on there. It's about the color of a Coke bottle. Got a nice flash and a nice little seashell on top. And no, it's not AI. All right, I hope you guys try this or show it to your nail tech so that they can do it for you. And I hope it makes your next manicure a little more special.